Hi there. Welcome to Tuesday Talk. Got my glasses on tonight, so I apologize if there's some glare. I also have my painty t-shirt on and painty hands. So I've been painting. What can I say? So I tried last week to do a buffalo pumpkin, which was an epic fail. So we did 2 cute pumpkins and a fail. So I promised you some buffalo plaid. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Now I did start without you, and that's not because I didn't want to be with you, but I just wanted to save us a little bit of time and a little bit of hairdryer noise. But I promise you that I will catch you up on every step. You might actually want to take some notes, or I promise that I will put the instructions in the description box. I usually, when I do my step-by-step videos, I always put instructions or put things in the description box, anything that's pertinent. But I must say that I don't when I do the lives, but I got to start doing that. So, this will be a first, then I promise you I will. So let me show you what we've done so far. So I just have an ordinary board, and what I did was I painted it with Sawmill Gravy, which is one of my very favorite, if not the favorite, Dixie Belle paint color. It doesn't even come up under the whites when you search for it. It's kind of like a tan or taupe. So that's what I did first. So first note, if you're taking notes, is 1 coat of whatever color you want. So you want to kind of go from light to dark with this. So then the next thing I did was tape it off, okay? And I just used masking tape and taped off these stripes. So I started right along the top, okay? So once I had it all taped, and you'll see on the next step here how I did that. But once I had it all taped, then I did another coat of paint, and I went a little darker, and I used Dixie Belle's burlap. So that's kind of a color as you would imagine a tan, a burlap color. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is tape again. So I'm going to put the screen down so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to start at the top. And I made this a little bit longer, but that's okay. Just going to kind of keep this even against the top. And then I'm going to take 2 little pieces of tape that are left over and use these as spacers. So instead of putting a whole other piece of tape in there, just going to use these so I know where to put my next line. I'm making these really long, and I probably don't need to. So it's Tuesday, and I hope your week's going well so far. Mine's already just kind of barreling on by, busy. I've been working on the sign, which is pretty exciting, and I'll just be so glad to see that put up. They're painting the building. Just all kinds of cool stuff happening. So I'd like to have a grand reopening the first weekend of October. Should be when it happens, but you know what? If things get pushed back, that might happen too, and so be it. I'm just gonna not get all crazy worked up about anything. Because I always think things work out the way they're supposed to. God's time, not mine. Okay, so see why I did the first layer already and saved you a little time? Because this is a little time consuming, but it's a lot of fun. So buffalo plaid, as you know, is everywhere. It's a big farmhouse trend. It's big for the holidays. It's on everything, right? Now, I was thinking it would be cool to have like a shape, like a pumpkin, a flat shape. Now, remember, we tried last week to do the buffalo plaid on the pumpkin. And as you can see, that was a failure. But I think what I'm going to do is just paint right over that and probably put more transfers on it because I thought that was cute. It's hard to do this kind of taping and everything on a surface that isn't flat. I did do this successfully on a mason jar once and it turned out really cute. Now I'm going to use the same color scheme I was using last week, but we didn't get very far. So the next color I'm using is part of our Moonshine Metallics line, and it's Gold Digger. So I'm using 2 neutrals here and 2 metallics. I'm actually then going to use a line from, or a color from our Patina line. I'm going to use some copper. Now, I have seen tutorials on buffalo plaid, and they can be confusing, and I'll tell you why. A lot of times they'll mix paint so that it's just like a little shade darker. It's like real deal buffalo plaid. The thing is, you're using the same procedure, but with all of the colors that Dixie Belle offers, it's really not necessary to do all that mixing and make things confusing. So we're just going to keep it simple. And I will tell you, this is something that I had to get in my brain. This is just like it's kind of it's one of those things you just need to write it down a couple times or practice it a couple times. If you get it right the first time, then I admire you. It's really not that hard, but I guess I had a mental block with it. So that's been known to happen before. So it's fall. Hope you're ready for some chilly weather and hopefully some pretty leaves. I don't know. With all that dry weather we had this year, I don't know if that's going to affect the leaves or not, but I hope we don't have as extreme cold weather as we had extreme hot weather this summer. Okay, so if you can see that, I'm all taped up. All taped up and ready to go. So next thing I'm going to do, and I opened my copper, but I didn't open this, is my Moonshine Metallics. Boy, another one that would have been pretty to do this with is Steel Magnolia. I'm going to pound this on the table a second. And I apologize. I'm really noisy. Okay, I'll put this up so you can see how much I'm struggling. I'll try the tapping method. That might be quieter. Usually my best luck is when I just turn it upside down and go bang. But I might need some hot water. I feel like the Moonshine Metallics has like a sealer in it. So I think that's why it's so be right back. You can look at my mess behind me. Okay, I'm back. I hope this opens now. Yay! Hot water does it. Hot water, the appropriate banging, all that stuff. All right, so again, using Moonshine Metallics and Gold Digger. Okay, I'm just using a Dixie Belle chip brush. Okay, I'm gonna put this down so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna paint over this. Oh, and we should make sure this tape is really well down. Okay, so I'm just painting over the tape. I think this is gonna be kind of pretty because the metallics is a little sheer, so it's kind of gonna give that effect of fabric, I think, with the plaid. Now, the first layer that we did, I took the tape off and dried it. This time, we don't take the tape off when you do the crosshatch. So if you are taking notes, the first note you're going to say is one solid coat and a light color, then tape in one direction, then put coat with a slightly darker color, and remove the tape. And of course, you want to make sure it's dry in between coats. That's why another reason why I went ahead, because I have to use the hairdryer to dry it. So didn't want to make all that noise. I decided to save the noise for banging the jars around. Okay, so you put the coat on going in the opposite direction. And then this time we're just going to dry the paint. We're not going to remove the tape. Okay. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to put this up a minute. I don't know whether you can see how shiny this is, but maybe this will, there you go. See the light? All right, so that's what we have. And I am going to make a little noise. I'm going to dry this layer. So I apologize. I feel like I keep seeing sparks in my hair dryer. Maybe that happens all the time when I'm using my hair dryer and I don't know it, but I feel like this is also going to be hot because it's metallic. Not really. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put this down a second. Okay, it feels dry, but boy, this is coming up here. I'm going to just do one more little time. Okay. So you guys, if the hair dryer blows up, then it'll just be another exciting adventure. If I don't, if it isn't two-part epoxy I'm trying to start a fire with, it could be the hair dryer. So, okay. So next, like I said, we are not removing the tape this time. What we're going to do is, I'll put the screen down. We're going to go right back over and tape again. This time, we're going on we're going to tape over the same exact place where we had taped the first time. Okay? So I know that seems a little confusing, but the reason why you want to do that is because you're keeping that color pure. Okay. We won't really need the spacers this time because we can see the line where we had the paint before. Okay, you just want to make sure you're getting that tape down. Okay. I'm going to reposition this one because I could see I was off a little bit. This is a fun technique to do not only for little artsy and craftsy things, but it's cool for drawer fronts or something, or like on cabinet doors. I had a lady that won a contest, and we did her china cabinet, and we did this on the drawer front. And actually, as much as I've done this, I messed it up, but it was kind of a happy accident. But I did the same thing over and over again. I kept taping over the one that I had just painted. So don't feel bad if you mess it up, because I've done it before and I still have messed it up. But like I said, it takes a lot to get in your brain, at least mine. This board was a little chewed up, so that's okay. And who knows what we'll do with this. We might end up making maybe doing some stenciling on it or something. Maybe I can freehand something. Just loving like neutral colored things for pumpkins and stuff this year. Okay, so we have a grid of tape on here. So we have it going both ways. So essentially all we have left, I have the tape on the table. So essentially all we have left is squares. So now we're going to come in with our darkest shade, which is Dixie Belle's copper patina paint. Now, boy, we could go another step further and actually do the patina on this. That would look cool. But I don't know that we'll do that. I just kind of want the pure copper. Okay. All right, so we are just going to paint over this thing. I think it's going to look cool using the two different metallics. You know, I just love painting. I know I say it all the time, but, you know, I was at a client's house and, you know, I was painting. I spent my whole day painting, and yet here I am. And I'm loving this because it's different. Everything I paint is different. So I just love it. It's just relaxing to me. Little blob. Go away, blob. I can't wait to peel this one, but I'm going to dry it before I peel it. I think. All right. So we did that. And it's the good thing about this too is it's not necessary to put a bunch of coats of paint on it because you're putting a coat on every time, and each layer is kind of like, it's good that it's sheer because you're sort of seeing the layer before. I typically like to remove tape when it's wet, so I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to put this down. And here comes the fun. One, two. All right, I won't count out loud. Okay, so while I'm doing this, just going to review the steps. So one coat of light colored paint, tape in one direction using spacers, and then another coat of the slightly darker paint. Then you want to tape in the opposite direction using the spacers. And then do not remove the tape. And then paint or tape in the opposite direction over the same lines you did the first time. What do you think? And then paint with your darkest color. Now these are all different colors, but you could do, like I said, more gradient colors. This was just something different. I just decided I wanted to try, but I like it. I think it's really cool. It's just, to me, it's fallish. Just lots of things have metallics in them these days, which I think is pretty cool. So there you have it. We have us some buffalo plaid, and ours is really snazzy because it's metallic. So I hope you like this. What I'm going to do is, what am I going to do? I think that I could use something real dark and stencil over it if I have a dark enough paint. I took a lot of my paints back to the studio because I decided it was time to clean up the dining room. I have chocolate. That might look cool as a stencil. I mean, this was just a practice board that I wanted to show you guys, so I don't think I can mess it up. But I'm going to go ahead and use the dryer on it a little bit. not totally dry, but I think it's dry enough that we could do a little stencil on it. And once again, that's what we have. And I think my stencil is over here. Hang on a second. I don't have too many. Again, I kind of cleaned up and took a lot of stuff back to the studio, but get rid of all my tape here. I have a lot of tape. Okay, I'm gonna hop over here a second and grab my stencil. Yeah, I still have this one here from the last time. So there's welcome, there's family, and then the laundry one, which I don't think the laundry one's a good one for tonight, but you know, the family might be cute. The welcome will probably be cute too. I think I'm going to go with the welcome. Okay, I'm going to put, let's see if we can get this. Oh, easy open. I even have a stencil brush. And I have paper towels here, so I'm doing good. I gotta remember to put that in water before it. Okay, I'm gonna put the screen down here. Okay, and let's see. So I'm gonna guess that would be the middle of this stencil. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be the very middle. So you watch, I'll still get it crooked. Okay, I'm going to tape this down just to be on the safe side. So I don't have too many watchers tonight, just have one on. Feel free to say hi. And I always get more views on it on the next day, the replay. So like I said, I'll put those instructions in there, but I can't even see my live videos when I do them like this until like late in the day. They don't even show up in the morning unless they're really not long ones. Then they show up. But the longer the video is, the longer it takes to get out there. Okay, so I know I've stenciled with you before, but when you stencil, you want to make sure that you have a paper towel handy, because you get paint on the brush, but you take most of it right back off, okay? So you want a dry brush to stencil. And the reason is so you don't get paint underneath the stencil. You can do a pouncing motion, or you can do sort of a swirl, but since our paint is a little, has a possibility of being a little wet still, I'm not gonna do the swirling because I don't want it to go underneath the stencil. So I'm just gonna pounce. I don't know why somehow I still want to put a pumpkin on here. They should come out with pumpkin transfers. I know they have pumpkin stencils. I don't have any, but I know Jamie Ray Vintage or JRV stencils, they have a pretty extensive line and they're really great quality. I've bought little ones from her before. I've even considered becoming a retailer for them, so who knows, maybe someday. I have so many things I want to do. This paint has been sitting around here since quarantine began, so it's not real runny anyway. It's kind of thickened up a little bit, and that's okay. It's working perfectly for us here. Less chance of it running underneath the stencil, because I don't want that to happen. Sometimes I feel bad, like I have, like last week with the pumpkin fail. So, you know, I love it when a plan comes together. Remember that show, A-Team? Now I'm showing my age. I love it when a plan comes together. Guess I could put my little paper towel over here so I don't have to reach so far. So they're going to have trick or treat in our town after all. I think that's pretty exciting. Of all the things that we've had to give up, it's kind of nice that our kiddos are going to get to do that. Of course, there's guidelines about safe trick or treating with COVID, you know, social distancing and all the stuff besides the normal stuff that you have to worry about. So I did a little sneak peek on my social media the other day of the sign. So I won't say much more about it, but it's going to be really cool. Now, if we can just get it hung with no problems. Just a few more little details that need ironed out, and we're going to have us a grand reopening. We're almost there, guys. Okay, one more little flourish thing to finish, and I hope my stencil came out nice and crisp. So I missed some there. Just trying to hold this down. This is a redesign with Prima stencil. It is really nice and thick. They did post another NJ on air. So if you want to check that out, it's njonair.com. And my videos are in the lifestyle section. And they're soon going to have a Pennsylvania channel and a New York channel. Okay, so that turned out pretty good. So I'll hold it up here so you can see it. Ta-da! Welcome. Still think it's missing something. But maybe a little pumpkin or two. Maybe some flowers. I have some ribbon. Nice little neutral ribbon that we had last week. And that might be actually really cute because it has the check. If I can find it here. Except I don't exactly know where to put ribbon on a board. I want to put something on my front door that's fall that isn't a wreath. So maybe this will be it. Yeah, I definitely need something because it starts over here, and I feel like there's more room over here. But I like it though. Okay, so I don't know what I'll put on there. Maybe I'll finish that up later and tell you. So I feel bad because I never finished the pumpkin last week. So I said I would finish it, but there's just no way that that was working out with the tape on this one. So we'll do something else with it. But I did get you your buffalo plaid. I promised. So yeah, it's just too hard with a surface like this to tape this in an even way like we did on the board. So I have tape all over me. I think because this is on my brush, I think I'm just going to go with copper. So I know we're basically done with the buffalo plaid, but I figure, hey, might as well paint a little. Maybe this would be fun to do some patina on. I have some patina pumpkins at the store. Actually, I showed you some of them last week. And patina was out of stock with Dixie Belle. So I just ordered some today because it's back in stock. Now if we can just get some brushes, we'll be in good shape. So many things from supply chains from during quarantine were all messed up. So it's good to be getting some of this stuff back in stock. See, I'm really liking this pumpkin. Not bad for a Dollar Tree pumpkin. And like I said last week, I even saw another Dollar Tree hack this week that I thought was really cute. They just took a plastic pumpkin and painted it. You could even use that for a mold and put cement in it if you wanted to go that far. But you could just paint it and use it for a planner. And if you use these metallic paints, it would really make it look a lot more high end than it does with the plastic, the orange plastic. So this is doing something weird. I don't know what it's doing, but it's kind of like, you can see that. Kind of weird, but kind of cool. I don't know. Maybe metallic paints and styrofoam don't mix. But last week, little did I know that when you take the stem out of a pumpkin, a Dollar Tree pumpkin, that it is on a styrofoam or on a stick, like a toothpick. Who knew? And then I had cut these little dowels. There you go. Okay, so last week I put some hot glue in there, and I would do that again before I did anything with it, but just jammed it down in there. And this could be, embellished further too, however you want, transfers or ribbon or whatever. So 'tis the season for pumpkin everything, right? So tonight, it was pretty short and sweet. In case you came in at the end, I'll show you one more time. We did our buffalo plaid and then did a stencil on top of it. And don't forget, I will put in the description box the step-by-step instructions for doing buffalo plaid. And I would just dearly love it if you comment and tell me if you attempted the buffalo plaid and what your results were. So, and again, like I said, the pumpkin's difficult, but maybe the mason jar, because it's sort of squared off. I did that one time. As a matter of fact, that was the first time I attempted it, and I had a good result. So that was was a red and black one, like around Christmas time. So, well, I want to thank you for watching tonight, and I, as usual, welcome you to come back next Tuesday for Tuesday Talk, and also on Saturdays we do the step-by-step video. So I am hoping that this Saturday is going to be the completion of the sign video, but it may just be part 2 going on to a part 3. I hope. Let's keep our fingers crossed and prayers said that you'll see the actual completed sign this week. So that's what I'm hoping for. All right. Well, I hope you all have a great night and a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.